Hey people, how's it going? Welcome to another video, welcome to a new year, welcome to 2023, welcome to the first video of the channel. As I was prepping for this video, I realized that I'm pretty sure the first video of 2022 was also a vinyl update, and now the first one of 23 is also a vinyl update. Let's see if we can get that going with 2024. So yeah, hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a fun period, hasn't it? We've had Christmas, we've had that weird in between, and then we had New Year, and then we had the post New Year back to work depression, and now hopefully we're all out of that slump and back into doing what we all love, or not. Back to doing what's expected of us as civilians. But anyway, we're rambling. Today's video is a vinyl update. It's been a while. I tried to do this a little while ago, but I had technical issues, so we're doing it again. I've got 10 sitting on the floor, and yeah, let's just go through them. Let's go. They're in alphabetical order, and the first one to come up is my favorite album from this artist, and that is Alestorm's fifth album, off the top of my head, No Grave But the Sea. We'll just move over there. No Grave But the Sea. I wanted this album. Well, I own this album on CD. I have the wooden box of this album, and it came with the CD, and I never ventured out into the vinyl until, obviously, recently. I randomly searched online for it, and boom, there it was. It didn't come from Napalm. That's good. It came from Amazon, and it came in really good condition. If you're buying vinyls from Amazon, be cautious, because half of them are probably going to turn up damaged. But yeah, this album is fantastic, and like I say, easily my favorite one by the band. No Grave But the Sea is one of their best songs. The album closer, Treasure Island, that's phenomenal too. Man the Pumps, Rager Hook, Mexico, Alestorm. It's such a fun album. It's a perfect blend between pirate silliness and pirate epicness. I think it's great. It's so much better than every other album the other two that came afterwards. But yeah, I love this album so much. Alestorm's No Grave But the Sea. Next up is probably the oldest band that we've got in our collection. Another album to add to not their total discography, but the discography of their good chunk, and that is the sixth album by Black Sabbath, Sabotage. If you've seen my Black Sabbath ranking, you'll know that I ranked this album quite high. If you haven't, go check it out. It's quite fascinating how high I put this album. It's freaking cool. I hadn't heard Sabotage until I ranked all of Sabbath's albums, and I'm so glad I did, because this album, I'm not a fan of the album that comes before it. I'm not a fan of Sunday Bloody Sunday? What? That's you too. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. So listening to this was just such a breath of fresh air. It was so nice. It's just that real, a bit more up-tempo Black Sabbath. Not as not as bright as Volume 4. More back to the Master of Reality, Paranoid, Black Sabbath-y vibe that we know. It's heavy, it's aggressive, and it's just an angry album, hence the name Sabotage. It was written while they were pretty much being sabotaged by record companies and whatnot. Hole in the Sky, Symptom of the Universe, which is a nod to the first thrash metal. I'm Going Insane, The Writ, Symptom of the Universe, we just said. Megalomania, honestly, it's a really, really cool album. If you're one of those Sabbath fans who haven't, gone past Paranoid, highly recommend you check out like the next 4 up until Technical Ecstasy, then don't worry. But yeah, check out Sabotage. It's a cool album. Now, I've been wanting this album for a while as well. I have it on CD, and now, thankfully, we have it on vinyl. We're talking the 1994 black metal classic, genre-defining Transylvanian Hunger. Fantastic record. This is an album, obviously, purely for a very few selected audience. It sounds the way it sounds. We all know it. We all love it. And sometimes we don't all love it. I've played Transylvanian Hunger in front of a few people, and obviously it just sounds like distorted mess. You can't give them Transylvanian Hunger and expect them to like it straight away. If you want to get friends into black metal, this is not the album to give them. You want to give them something that's a little bit easier to listen to, and then wean them into it. Wait till they're really depressed and had an angry day. That's when this stuff starts sounding good. But yeah, we don't need to talk about this album so much because we all know it and love it so much. Obviously, that iconic riff, the Transylvanian Hunger song, fantastic. And that's pretty much all I can pronounce off this album. Everything else is in Norwegian. But still, I'm pretty sure Skald are Satan's Soul is one of the more catchier favorite ones. I'm pretty sure it's that one. But yeah, it's a fun album. It all sounds the same. It might get repetitive if you're not familiar with it. If you can get past the sound, I'm sure you won't mind the repetitiveness of it. But yeah, fantastic album. Not every Darkthrone album sounds this bad, I promise. But honestly, it's a fun album, and it's just great to listen to when it's cold. It's a cold album, and I can't think of any better way of describing it other than that. It's a cold album, but it's fun. Go listen to it. Transylvanian Hunger. Bought at the same shop and bought at in the same purchase as Transylvanian, we have Dio's Holy Diver. Again, another genre-defining album, you could say. Rainbow pretty much genre-defined power metal. This is a great, follow-up to that. But anyway, Dio and Rainbow are two different things. Yes, never mind. Holy Diver, holy damn. It's a great album. It's a great song. I keep saying that I need more what I call Saturday night albums. Like when people come around or you want to have a party, a good time, whatever, good vibes. Obviously, you're not going to put on a Transylvanian Hunger. I have a lot of albums that don't help the environment for Saturday night. But finally, we're slowly getting through it. Holy Diver is a fun... I'm not saying it's a party rock anthem or anything, but Stand Up and Shout, Holy Diver, Gypsy, they're just catchy songs. And the singing on them is amazing. The playing on it is great. This is what, 1983? Yeah, same year as Peace of Mind, fun fact. But yeah, it's a fantastic album. And if you claim to listen to metal and you haven't heard, this album, I don't get it. But honestly, it's so good. It's catchy, it's fun, it's like 40 minutes, it's not long. Please, go listen. Holy Diver, fantastic album. Good, catchy power metal stuff. I mentioned this band before on my channel quite a few times. I did a review of their debut album, and I have it on CD now. I've seen them live a couple of times. They're doing great. They toured Europe, are supporting Flesh God Apocalypse. I'm talking about local New Zealand palmy band, Imperial Slave, obviously. Like I say, I got the CD and I've had the vinyl for ages, but obviously I just haven't talked about it. Melodic thrash, that is the title. Like melodic death is like the umbrella that I chuck this at. It took me a little while to kind of deem what umbrella to throw it in. But yeah, it's 40 minutes of pure aggression, hatred for the government, and just sick solos, fast drumming, harsh vocals, everything you want from angry music. It's the album to listen to. I swear, it's good fun. Freedom Dies. That's pretty much the first song we all heard, and it's great. I love Freedom Dies. It's got a cool video. The title track, Imperial Slaves, is just fun. It's a great crowd one. Confirm or Deny. Lies of Traitors is fun. Oh, Black Mass and Gordon Moore. That's cool. Honestly, it's a great album. It's fun. Like I say, it's 40 minutes of just aggression and anger. And but the solos are melodic and all over the place. It's ridiculous. Great album. Can't wait to see what the second one's gonna do. But yeah, go listen to Imperial Slave. They're going places. Back to the black metal, we have Mayhem's latest release. Yeah. Demon from 2019. Yeah, 2019. This was in the shop, and I thought, I like me a bit of Mayhem. I have De Mysterious, I have Death Crush, and hopefully we can get more of them without having to buy from international shops. The Dulcifying King, Agenda Ignis, Bad Blood. Honestly, it's a good album. It's on par with De Mysterious. Obviously the production is a little bit different, from there, but no, it's cool. I think this is when this came out, everyone was like, oh yeah, Mayhem are a bit funny like that. Like they've got a short career, they've got a short discography, but a long career. Their middle chunk is a bit questionable, but this one does it justice. This one makes it worth listening to all their albums. It's good fun. Like I say, there's only like 6 albums, but yeah, it's a good album. Damon is fun. It's just black metal. It's mayhem. It's Necrobutcher at his finest. Worthless Abominations Destroyed. That one's really cool too. Literally, go listen to this one. If you're listening to black metal and you've listened to De Mysterious and that's it, don't blame you. So no surprises, but go check out Damon. They're still good in the 21st century, even after all the churches were burned. That's enough of the black, at least for now, I think. We got 2 albums now by the same artist. When I saw these were getting re-released, I had to get them straight away. I'm talking Finnish symphonic kings and queens, Nightwish. This is the debut album I'm holding right here. This is Angels Fall First from 1996. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me. I'm pretty sure it's 96. I really, really enjoy the debut album. A lot of people, put it down the bottom, more or less. To me, it's fine in the middle. I think it's a fantastic debut because of it's just pure typical. It's got a campfire-y vibe. I know that's how they set out to write the album. Acoustic folk songs around a campfire. And once you have that image in your head, that's all I hear. It's not an acoustic album, of course not. It's a heavy metal. It's a symphonic heavy metal album. So there's heavy elements to it, but still, it's so cool. Elven Path, Beauty and the Beast, and The Carpenter. Side A is just it's just pure typical songs we all pretty much write when we are trying to write power metal songs, and they just did it so well. Tutankhamen has a really, really fun opening riff. I love that song so much. Angels Fall First, the title track, beautiful. Astral Romance, beautiful. Honestly, this one is great. If you've heard Nightwish and you haven't gone back to where they began, with Tarja, go listen to the debut. It's good fun. It's nowhere near as bombastic and epic as Nightwish are now, but it's great to see where they came from. So yeah, go listen to it. Angels Fall First. And like I say, we have two, from Nightwish. And plot twist, this one's not Oceanborn. I don't have Oceanborn. Oceanborn's one of my least favorite Nightwish albums, which I know is weird because everyone loves it. But no, we're talking about the third album, Wishmaster. I love Wishmaster. Wishmaster was the first song by Tarja that I heard. I'm not a humongous fan of her voice. It is way too high, it's way too soprano-y. I can handle it, but not all day, every day. Do you know what I mean? So when I heard Wishmaster, I was like, I like this. This is cool. But yeah, there are moments where it's just a bit much. However, this album is still great. She Is My Sin, The Kingslayer are two fantastic, openers. Tracks 1 and 2, they are great. And I had a better appreciation for these songs once I heard Floor sing them live. You hear them sing them live and you hear how they sound with her, and then you learn the words, and it's like, oh, okay. It's a bit like death metal. Once I learn the words to a death metal song and I can understand them, it's so much easier to listen to. The same with her. Wishmaster, the song we talked about, was great. The song, though, that makes this album, worth owning is Phantasmic. Oh my god. If I was to write a symphonic power metal song about Disney, that's what I would want it to sound like. I'm surprised I haven't tried to do that, actually. But yeah, Phantasmic is a fantastic 8-minute album closer and just talks about Disney, fairy tales and stuff. It's just, again, it's real typical Nightwish. It's so cool. I would highly, highly recommend listening to Wishmaster if you haven't done it before. Fun fact, this one's orange and Angels Fall First is red. I would have gotten them out, but I completely forgot. So yeah, Nightwish, Wishmaster, go listen to it. Bit of a progressive album now, a progressive metal album. We've got Opeth, Blackwater Park. Yeah, I've got a mate at work who, Opeth is their, top dog, like Iron Maiden is mine. And I had never I'd never listened to them. Until one day I was just like, do you know what? I'm going to check these guys out. So I, naturally, being me, I went through the debut. Is it called Morning Rise, the second album? Your Arms, My Arms, Your Hearse, Your Arms, My Hearse, one or the other. And I was like, cool, these are cool. Minus Morning Rise wasn't my favorite. But when I got to Blackwater Park, I was like, whoa, they've stepped the game up with this one. And hence why I like it. I went out and bought it. So yeah, it's a monster of an album. It's Dream Theater, but more angry. The Leper Infinity, Bleak was my favorite song for a good while. I think that wound up on my 2022 Wrapped. Harvest, just a beautiful acoustic campfire chord song, rather. Honestly, the Funeral Portrait? Oh man, it's a great album. It's quite long. I think it's quite a long one. Maybe like 70 minutes, I'm not sure. But still, it's so worth it, and it takes you on a vibe, takes you on a journey, as most Opeth progressive music does. This one is white, This one's white, so that's kind of cool to know too. But yeah, if you're like me, never randomly gotten into Opeth, start with Blackwater Park. It'll impress you, and then go into whichever direction you want. Yeah, highly recommended. Blackwater Park, fantastic album. Oh, and then the last one is back to black metal again, but not the harsh black metal that we just already talked about. We're going way back, 1982, I think, off the top of my head without looking. Venom, black metal. Is it better than Welcome to Hell? I don't think so, but it's still fantastic. This is such an oh, there it is there, black metal. This is such an iconic album in terms of, you know, new wave of British heavy metal, pioneers of black metal. This might not be a black metal album in terms of sound, but it's definitely a black metal album in terms of obviously name, imagery, lyrical content. Yeah, you know, Welcome to Hell and black metal, they go hand in hand. If you have one, you've got to have the other. And I have Welcome to Hell up there, so cool. But yeah, no, this album is fantastic. I was stoked to hear that this was being re-released. And again, I didn't have to travel far for it. Life is good. The song, Black Metal, I first heard that ages ago when I was getting into heavy music, and I was like, whoa, black metal. It's cool. To Hell and Back, Buried Alive, Raise the Dead, Teach Us Better. I have this on CD. I bought it in Oz just for fun, and now I'm stoked to have it on vinyl as well. But yeah, Leave Me in Hell, Sacrifice, Heaven's on Fire, Don't Burn the Witch. This is a fun, aggressive album. You know, it's a bit roughly recorded, but it's 80s black metal. What do you expect? And this one is also, this is a splatter. This is gray and black splatter, so that's fucking cool. Yeah, fantastic album. If you like, you know, aggressive music and you want to find out where it came from, go listen to Venom. You will not be disappointed. Sweet as team. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I take you through probably the last 6 months worth of purchases. Vinyls are expensive here, and the albums I want aren't available half the time. And if they are available, they're too dear. So that's why I don't flood you with 50 of these updates all the time. But hey, no matter, we got to the end. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know down below your favorite album of all time. Why not? Self-promotion time. My latest single, Black Flag, is now live on Spotify, Apple, all those ones that escape me right now. It's live on all major streaming platforms. Go listen to it. Add me to your playlists. You know you want to. It's a good song. You know it. We all know it and love it. But yeah, like I say, thanks for hanging out, team. It's a new year, so we're getting back into the swing of videos. I've got a couple lined up in mind, and I've got a ranking on the go, so that'll be out soon. Hopefully, I've got a special guest with that one as well, so that'll be fun. Keep an eye out for that. But until that happens, team, you know how it goes. Stay inside, stay safe. Happy New Year, I guess I'll say that one more time. And yeah, I will see you all in the next videos. Later.